Okay, so here's a quick little tutorial on setting a course and then also comparing a couple different courses. So first of all, best way to set a course in Expedition is to go to the Marks tab here, go to Visual Marks, click on Visual Marks. You can leave your course name as Easy for now. When you click on Visual Marks, your cursor is now changed into this sort of plus sign. Okay, when you go to a place where you want to mark, you can click, left click that is, and it will, alright, I did that twice. Anyways, it will drop a mark, and then you can stretch it out to where you want your next mark to be, and click again. And when you move your mouse, it's going to try to set another mark for you. And what you can do to end is click the escape key. So now I've hit the escape key, and that says I'm finished with my my quick little easy course. Something to note here is when the cursor turns into this arrow, see here I'm pointing at Mark 2 and my cursor is this little arrow. That means if I left click now, I will be dragging that mark. Very important later to lock your marks, because as you can see here, I'm not too close to the mark, and it's saying that if I click, I'm going to drag that mark. It's a little bit of an annoying feature, I find, that it's so that the zone of selecting that mark is a pretty wide range. So that's just a little tidbit here in the middle of this. So this is our easy course. We're going to go back over to Edit Marks in the Marks tab, right? Edit Marks. We click on that, and you can see here there's this thing called Easy. Okay, so on this side over here, this is, note this is routes, and then over here it's mark and waypoint folders. So there's an Easy on the left and there's an Easy on the right. Let's go over to Easy on the right, and we know that when I did that, I clicked twice. So my first click was mark 0, my second click was mark 1, my third click was mark 2. So my mark 1, my second click there was a mistake. So I'm going to click on mark 1, and I can say delete. And then it asks me, do you sure you want to delete mark 1? So I deleted mark 1. Now let's look over here at Easy on this side, which is a route, because it made a mark folder for me and it made a route folder for me. And you can see mark 1 disappeared from the Easy route also. Okay. While we're here, let's note that we can rename these marks. So how do we rename a mark? We can click on it, okay, and then click one more time. Just that's one click left, and then one click again left, in relatively slow progression there. And I can say, you know, start, right? Or I can say, you know, the cows, 32, which is a mark off of Stanford. I click here once on mark 2. Click one more time and the cursor appears. Some of us are tempted to double click and wonder how do I rename this mark? Right, there's no button over here that says rename. So if you're double clicking or wondering what to do, click once, and there you go. So it's once it's selected, right? Click one more time after one Mississippi or so. You can also click on Edit over here, and that's going to bring up this dialog box where you can provide more information on the mark, and you can rename it there. But a handy way to do it is just to rename it right here. So clicking, I'm going to say that's 1BI off of Block Island there, right? Okay, I'll leave that named Easy. So go over here, and now you can see that that visual course is laid out. Something to note is that what you can do is, I always, by the way, use the Zoom Center feature to move around the course. So click on the chart and it will zoom and center to where you were. When you do a visual course like that, you'll often do it roughly, and then you can zoom in and put the mark exactly where you want. And that's one of the things I find a little bit annoying about this little arrow thing here, is that I'm trying to zoom in, I don't have my mark locked yet, and I want to go grab it and I want to move it to exactly where it's at, right? So you can see I'm zooming in here to the cows, and I'm putting my mark exactly where I want it. Now that I'm on the mark here, I've got it where I want it, I can right click and I can go down and I can say lock cows 32. I can also go edit cows 32 from this right click menu. That's going to bring up that dialog box you saw before, and in that dialog box there you can say locked. You can also say always draw if you want. And note you can say leave to port, starboard, or sail 2. In this instance, I'm just going to leave it as sail 2. All right. Now I'm going to zoom back out. I'm going to go to my other end of this course, and I'm going to go make that mark a little bit more precise. Okay, that's what I should be doing, right? Let me do my click hold. I'm drawing a rectangle. I'm going to zoom. I actually often use the plus key on the keyboard for the zoom, and sometimes forget to do the draw the little square, if you will. You can see it being drawn there and zooming in. So my 1BI, I want to get that well down to 1BI. So I'll put it right there. And I'm going to say right click, and this time I'm going to lock it using this menu. Okay, great. So now when I go near it, I can't accidentally drag the mark. It's very, very important to lock your marks. Okay, now a little something else here on I'm zooming out. I'm using the minus key to zoom out here. Plus key to zoom in, minus key to zoom out. Something I often do. So now we've got cows to 1BI. Okay, that's going to sail us right through the middle of Plum Island. That's not really a great course, but it is sort of it's a run line, if you will, for the Stanford Block Island race run by the Storm Tristle Club. Let's go over here to edit marks, and I'm going to show you that I can click on easy and I can say details, and it gives me the two marks, their latitude and longitude, and the total distance between them of 89.34 miles, at least as I've laid it out here. We had a question about what were the distances for the Block Island race, going out the gut and going out the race. And so I've gone here and done something I've not actually done quite this detailed before, and I laid out the marks and I did a comparative. So I'm going to switch over from my easy. In fact, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say easy, and I'm going to delete easy on the marks side, and you'll note all the marks disappeared from the route, and I'm going to delete it on the route side. What I'm going to do here is bring up the Block Island race going out the race. So when I want to bring up a course, make a different course active, I click on the route, right? So in this instance, I'm clicking on BI race, I named it that. And I'm going to say set active. And when I say set active, that is then going to make it appear on the screen as the route. And I think I was a bad boy. Yeah, I did not lock these marks yet. Okay, well I've laid that out, and what this course is from the cows, and then out the race, leaving a little gull close to starboard, and then on to 1BI. I was interested to know the distance of that course, so I laid that out, and I can go to details, and I can see that it's 89.38 miles, and I can see the leg distances. Okay, I also laid out using the exact same marks, but a couple of additionals to jog my way through Plum Gut, and I wanted to see the exact distance there, so I can click on that, and I can say details, and I can see that's 89.41. So it's 89.41 miles to go out the gut, and it is 89.38 miles to go out the race. I actually went over to Google and said, Google, how far is 0.03 nautical miles, and I found out that, well, that's only 182 feet, so that's pretty much the same thing. Okay, so that is, for the most part, what I wanted to show you for right now. Maybe I'll do a little bit of housekeeping on this quickly, and you can watch where I go and I lock the marks. Now, I wonder if I can lock all marks in gut. You know, I've never done that. I love that. That's great. Thanks, Nick. That's a good feature. So lock all marks in that folder and lock all marks in that folder. Very nice. Expedition is a great program. There's a lot of things you'll discover, and so try them out, experiment, and learn. I guess let's see if we were going to go back over here. If we were actually sailing this race, let's say, and we were going to go out Little Gull, I would want to leave that to starboard. And what you just saw me do, right, is I went to the Marks tab, went to Edit Marks, went over to the Route side, right? This BI race, this is the one I want to sail, and I'm saying over, I can go and I can look over here at what I have displayed. Loop, nope, I'm just going to sail straight out to 1BI. Cows 32, I can click on that little plus and it shows me something here underneath. It says sail to mark. Well, that's the start, so let's just leave that as. So actually, we'll leave that as sail to mark. It's the start. Little Gull, right? It says leave to starboard. If I click on that text, it says sail to mark, leave to port, leave to starboard. Well, I need to leave Little Gull to starboard on the way out. And then when I go down here to 1BI, I can say, well, I want to leave that to starboard because I've got around Black Isle to starboard, presuming that's actually going to be the course. So even though the marks are locked, I can change the way that I'm rounding it. Locking is just locking the name and the latitude and longitude. Okay, that's it for now.